Hey guys, I'm Ryan Middleton. I'm one of the coaches here at Endorphin Fitness, and today we're going to talk to you a little bit about water running. Lots of times when that term or activity is mentioned, everybody's mind kind of goes to injury, and that doesn't always have to be the case. Water running is a great way for athletes, runners as well as triathletes to build volume, as well as a way to really add to their fitness. Galen Rupp, one of America's fastest marathoners, he does water runs almost every day as a way to supplement the volume instead of beating his legs up and doing multiple runs each day. So it doesn't always have to be an activity that's used once you're hurt and you're just looking for some way to stay fit. Water running can be used as a form of cross training, but it also can be used when we unfortunately reach those times where we might have an injury and we need to maintain a level of fitness, and you can also increase your current fitness level if done appropriately. Water running can be done in a couple of different ways. I have an aqua jogging belt here. This is obviously something that I would recommend that you use when you start water running. You want to put it around your waist, and obviously you want it to get pretty tight because if it's not, when you're running, the belt is going to want to kind of creep up and it'll end up under your arms, and then it really messes with the posture while you're in the water. So obviously once you put the belt on, jump in the deep end and then try to mimic your running form as much as you can. Let me put that down real quick. So when you're running in the water, and I'll kind of turn here so you can kind of see, when that belt is on, lots of times it'll kind of tilt you forward, which is exactly what we don't want, because what that creates is you're almost kind of a kicking motion, which is not similar to running at all. When we're running, we want to make sure that we're getting that knee drive, getting that foot plant, and getting that follow through, so you're getting the circular motion while in the water, okay? Another risk, I guess, of water running is the person is constantly just doing a bunch of knee lifts and they're not engaging that hamstring like you do when you're running. So you want to make sure that you're getting proper form and doing it appropriately while in the water. So maybe have somebody look at your form before you start adding to that volume while in the water, so you're just not creating any bad habits. So obviously when you're in the water, you want to make sure that you're straight up and down, posture's good, and that you're really working on cadence and that full order of muscle engagement. So one benefit of water running is that you can increase your cadence. Okay, on the road we recommend a cadence of close to 180 as possible. So obviously short, fast steps. That's going to eliminate or minimal, reduce your ground contact time, which is obviously going to reduce your risk of injury. So in the water, because it's not as much of a weight-bearing activity, you can even get the cadence up higher. So I know this past year when I was doing a lot of water running, I was doing my intervals, at a cadence of over 200. So when I got back out onto the road, my cadence was naturally higher, which is, has done well for me over these past few months. So it's definitely something to think about. So, look at the clock, look at your watch, count your steps per minute while you're doing it to make sure that we're keeping the cadence high, as well as making sure that the form is where it should be. One other mistake a lot of people make while they're in the water is that they use their hands to propel themselves forward. So I just tell people, either keep your hands kind of more of a streamlined position so you're not propelling or pushing water, or kind of make a fist so that when you're moving through the water, you're not helping yourself by treading water. So obviously that's something to be mindful of. And then obviously the end goal, if you're really gonna make this part of your regimen, which I would highly recommend, is to lose the belt, have the cadence high enough that you're propelling yourself forward and keeping yourself afloat, so that you don't need some sort of flotation device to keep your head above water. So obviously that will come with time, but it's definitely something you want to shoot for by the end. Workouts. What do water run workouts, what does that look like? It doesn't have to be overly complicated. One benefit of water running is that you can do intensity just about every day because you don't need as much recovery, because you're not beating yourself up as much. But typically what I do is I'll take a land running workout, figure out my time, and then convert that to the water. So let's just use 6-minute pace for the sake of math. Say coach has you do 10 times 400 at 6-minute pace with a 400 jog recovery. So 90 seconds hard, you know, then by 2 to 2.5 minutes easy in between. So I take that time and then I convert that to the intensity in the water. So, you know, I'll go all out for 90 seconds, then 2.5 minutes easy moving, and then back into the hard rep. And then obviously you can build your volume with either more reps or, you know, added warm up and added cool down. So it's definitely something that you can do well. Just make sure that you're being intentional about those sets, and you can definitely increase your level of fitness as a result.